Oscar Mayer released that jingle back in 1974, and it got a nation eating the cold cut. Its origins are Italian, but we changed the name from Bologna, where it's from, to the American bolognaise. And we eat 800 million pounds of it every year.
That's enough of the world.
It sounds like a bunch of baloney to me. Excuse the pun, people, I had to do it. But I go birding to escape the world, to escape into the world of birds. Starlings and grackles fill the trees behind me. And I hear the soft whistles of white-throated sparrows calling out. And soon I was very happy to discover my first bird.
I see ruby-crowned kinglets right over there.
The kinglets were in a large bush in front of me. I was very happy to see them early in the outing, and I got some great shots despite the low light. I was around 1/200th of a second on the shutter speed, and I was happy I got a sharp shot with the ruby crown, which is often hidden. Despite the low light, I got some wonderful shots of this great little bird. I was feeling quite pleased that I found a bird so early, and I began to explore the area. Yellow-rumped warblers are the stars of this video. Soon I entered a cathedral of trees. I looked around, looking for movement, listening closely, and soon I discovered a hermit thrush.
I see a hermit thrush right over there.
Hermit thrushes are often down low, so I was surprised to see it so high up. It was on a poison ivy branch, and it was staring at me, checking me out, trying to determine whether or not I was a threat. And obviously it decided I wasn't, and went right back to eating those poison ivy berries. The hermit thrush is considered a shy, reclusive bird that spends much of its time alone, foraging on the forest floor and in the dense undergrowth. I was happy I saw it. I almost walked right by it. And rather than being down low, it was up high to get those poison ivy berries.
It was eating poison ivy berries. It just flew off. Wow.
I too am much like the hermit thrush. I also enjoy solitude. I walked along enjoying the peace, the stillness, and the beauty of the autumn colors bursting forth all around me. And suddenly, that solitude was interrupted by several loud shots.
It is hunting season. As you can hear, there are hunters in these woods. It pays to be very careful when you're out birding where they're shooting.
You should be wearing orange, Dan.
The goal is to shoot photos of birds, not get shot.
That's a good goal.
Well, the shooting's coming from that direction, so I'm going that way.
There's a road down that way. If I stick close to it, I think I'll be safer.
It has been a slow morning for birds. I have not seen a lot of activity, and that is because we are in late fall, late migration. That's the way it goes. Winter, unfortunately, is coming.
I really don't know why I said that. I don't know why I'm down on winter. I should be more like this song sparrow. It stays in Ohio throughout winter and loves it. I need to learn to love it too.
It has been a slow, chilly fall morning, and I decided at the outset to simply take myself out of the way, let the outing unfold, let it happen, and not remove my expectations, but to set them aside so that I don't get frustrated, feel stress, get bummed out because it is so slow. Simply let the outing happen, and it will be whatever it decides to be. I'm just along for the ride.
Of course, yes, I would like to see some more birds and hopefully get some more nice photos. Why, thank you, Mr. Chipmunk. Soon I discovered yellow-rumped warblers.
I see yellow-rumped warblers in a small tree feeding on poison ivy berries.
Initially, I thought yellow-rumped warblers were the stars of this video. But now, I'm beginning to think the poison ivy berries are the stars. I position myself to get a good shot, and I hope to get a shot of the yellow rump, which you can see here. I hit the shutter button and then boom, there's the yellow rump. That is why they are called yellow-rumped warblers. Of course, you know that. I was entertained by them going to town on the buffet of poison ivy berries. These berries look like little yellow or white pumpkins. They're surrounded by a flaky skin, a wax coating, the fruit itself, and then the seed. Yellow-rumped warblers have a specialized digestive system. They swallow these seeds whole, and their body extracts all the nutrients, and then they expel the seeds. Other creatures, like deer and other birds, of course, enjoy these berries. And they are responsible for spreading poison ivy plants throughout the woods. And yes, they're responsible for planting them in our yards. Along with the yellow-rumped warblers, I also saw white-throated sparrows and swamp sparrows enjoying these berries. Soon I discovered more yellow-rumped warblers.
I see more yellow-rumped warblers feeding on those poison ivy berries.
Who do you think the real star is, the yellow-rumped warbler or the poison ivy berries? Well, this yellow-rumped warbler certainly is entertaining, as you can see here. Why eat like a normal bird when you can eat like a weird one? Please indulge me as I share the little I know about yellow-rumped warblers and what their presence means this time of year.
Seeing large numbers of yellow-rumped warblers here in northwest central Ohio means fall migration for warblers is just about over and winter is coming. Yellow-rumped warblers are among the last warblers to leave the great north. They generally stick around until Old Man Winter kicks them out. Warblers are primarily insectivores, and they have a difficult time switching to seeds. So when the insect population declines, they migrate south. However, the yellow-rumps, because they can easily adapt, they stay until they have to go. Old Man Winter kicks them out of Alaska into Canada, into Michigan, and now into Ohio. They will remain in Ohio until winter 2 comes here, and then they will move on to the south. However, some yellow-rumps actually winter here in Ohio. And if you can get some winter shots of a yellow-rump warbler, well, that's just special. I've noticed these honey locust pods are the last thing to get eaten in winter. It seems as if the birds and the animals will eat everything in sight, and when it's just about all gone, then they turn to these honey locusts. They rip them open and eat those seeds, and then they love them. But now, not so much. This time of year, there's still plenty to eat. Here we have honeysuckle berries. They are very plentiful, and just across the way we have a tree full of crabapple. Look at that, folks. So there is still plenty of food left for the birds and the critters, and they will exhaust this supply before winter is over, and then they will tear into those honey locust pods.
In late winter, we find them shredded up everywhere. And here we see a little downy woodpecker. It's a female. It doesn't have the red spot on the back of the head, which denotes a male. And this little woodpecker is also enjoying poison ivy berries.
Well, it's afternoon and the bird activity has slowed way down. Would have to say the highlight for me was seeing the yellow-rumped warblers. They're telling us that fall migration is just about over and winter's coming. See you next time.